All right, hang on. I got this. You ready?
You got it, brother.
Spike in the sound. All right. Coming to you now from that 86 Kid studio, deep in our underground lair in Huntsville, Alabama. Here with my co-host, Q the Messenger, our illustrious producer, Kevin the Boss Man Richardson. My name is Shane the Brain, and this is Vendor Chronicles. We've got a special episode tonight. We've got guest hosts tonight. Gonna do something new. Q, tell us what we got going on.
So, Shane, I have my wife, Cinthia Darden, sitting in my seat. You're going to have your wife
sitting in your seat.
Yes. And then we're going to have Jessica Knox sitting in your seat.
My own
your
beautiful
microphone.
wife.
Yes, shout out Jessica.
Shout out Cynthia.
This is a real special episode with some special co-hosts. They're not even guests. They co-hosted this entire episode. And I can't wait to hear it, Shane.
I'm looking forward to it myself. Hey, let's take the kids to the park. You ready?
Let's get out of here.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
He calls me on the phone because he stopped to help him. He calls me on the phone mad. Like, and they already had went ahead. I'm like, what's wrong? What happened? He's like, he just mad. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, man, this sucks. I'm ready to go. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, what happened? He was so mad because he lost his speaker. Oh. And he had just bought the speaker. So that was the main frustration, was the speaker. And then that he had to flip over, get in the water. And my daughter and them went about their business. They ain't even worried about it. So he's still mad. I'm like, all right, it's fine. You know, we're going to be okay. Just keep going. I said, we can get you another speaker. I should have never brought this speaker. I just started listening to my songs. I didn't even get a whole song in. Just half a song, and I had to go help him. If you can't help yourself, you probably don't need to come kayaking. I gotta go help him. And I'm like, okay, it's over. Like, let's keep going. Then he finally reaches me, so I kind of stop to wait for him. So he finally reaches me, and I slow down. And he's coming, and I'm slowing down. He's like, why are you slowing down? I said, it's a snake looking at me.
Oh.
Mind you, Enzo is sitting in my lap on the phone. I'm sitting in this kayak, so I'm like, paddling. So, both sides. So I freeze because
the snake is in the water?
The snake is in the water. Head is out the water looking at me. Me and the snake are making eye contact. I'm trying to figure out what's my next move. And then I'm trying to figure out what's this snake's next move, because I need to be prepared for what his next move is going to be. So we know where we're going. Quinn was like, okay, honey. He's like, hit it. So I swing at it. And oh my gosh. And I hit Enzo in the head a couple of times. The whole time, y'all, Enzo sat there on the phone unbothered.
Really?
Like nothing was fazing him. I was hitting him upside the head because he was sitting, like it was already hard to move the paddle over his head. So I'm up here beating this snake. And the snake is not going away. So Quint finally getting close enough to where he hits it. The snake ignored Quint and still coming after me. So now I'm like, oh my gosh. In my mind, I'm like, and this snake is fighting me. And we are going at it. And next thing I know, so, you're sitting facing forward in the kayak.
Right.
So I'm sitting there facing forward. Next thing I know, I hit it and he goes to the back behind me and jump on my boat and look at me forward.
Oh.
And I don't know I couldn't even, if I had to reenact that moment, I probably could never do it, because the way I turned around so fast, again, Enzo sitting in my lap.
Adrenaline.
I turned around so fast, grabbed that snake and flung it out of the boat. And then he swam away and I took off. And Quint behind me, he's like, where you going? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm going.
Away from that snake.
Away from the snake. And I took off. And oh my gosh, like, I don't know what kind of snake it was. And all I know is it looked red and black stripes, or red or orange, like one of those two colors. And he finally catch up with me. He was like, why you took off so fast? I was like, because my adrenaline was on 10 at this point. So we finally make it to meet the other people, to meet everybody else. And that's when we finally stopped to like get something to eat. And that's when my adrenaline like really kicked in, as far as like being Like, oh my gosh, my heart was beating fast at this point. So the whole time I find the snake, like my heart wasn't beating. I don't know what I was thinking. But by the time I got to the first little island, that's when I'm like, oh my gosh, what just happened?
Yeah,
Like,
you're coming down off of that adrenaline
yes.
now.
And I'm like, I just fought a snake in the water. Like, if Quint went there, I don't know if I would have had the same reaction. Like, I'm like, I don't know what my reaction was.
Oh, I think you would have had the same reaction
You think
if
so?
Quint went there.
I'm like, Enzo didn't move. And my whole mind is like, we in the middle of this water. If that snake bite me, then how my body will react. Then we have to wait for like to be airlifted or
Because you don't know what it is.
because I don't know what it is. And we too far away to where I can't paddle myself to the shore. So all this was going through my mind. And I'm like, all right, we done. We keep going. Next thing I know, my Quint little brothers under the water. I'm like, oh my gosh, this trip, we go from boat flipping over, me finding a snake, now 2 little boys under the water, we rescuing them, to now we rescuing the mom done flipped over once we got further down. I'm like, till we get to almost to the end, and we still had to get water rescued.
Oh my goodness.
Like, I'm like, Leilani,
you're going to pick another activity for next year?
13th birthday is definitely given 13 all the way. If this is any indication of how you will be.
Oh, wow.
As a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
my
did she
gosh.
handle it?
She whatever.
It was just
It's
a fun
fine.
trip?
It was just a fun trip. And all her friends was like, Leilani, I ain't never doing this with you again. She's like, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was going to be like this. And none of us did. Because really, last time we went kayaking, the water was calm. It was great.
Right.
Like, it was amazing.
How was the water level? Because we've had so much rain over the
It was
last 2
high.
months. It yeah.
It was high. And that's the thing that's what like people tell me is because the water was so high that the snakes usually come out when the water's high.
Okay.
And before we went, I messaged them and asked them like, hey, is this, because I'm bringing my 2-year-old, would he be able to come along with me? And that was like, if he, it's up to you. The water is fine. But if he sits with you, it's up to you. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, we should be fine. And it was high. It was moving kind of swiftly.
Yeah.
They said it's the normal movement. I'm like, this water was not moving like this last time I came. I don't think it's the normal movement, but it's going to take me a minute before I get back out there. I would have to say, like, now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to go back anytime soon.
I know Shane and I were kind of disappointed that we weren't able to join you guys.
Yeah.
Madeline has had some experience with water, but not quite that level.
Mm-hmm.
And she is a very, let's go find out about something. She will not sit still. And so we'd kind of like to get her out and explore how she's going to do in a kayak or boat. If it had been a canoe, I think we probably would have gone.
Yeah.
But man, that girl's been a girl on the go since the day she was born. And I just know I would not have been able to keep her on a kayak. So,
well, Enzo, I don't even know how and the first time we took him when he was 1, our first time.
mm-hmm.
And he sat there as long as he had my phone watching videos, he just chilled. When we got to every island, we was able to get out and he'll sit out and play in the water. So he enjoyed that. And then he got back in and he just chilled. And by the time we got to the end, he was asleep.
Oh, wow.
So, he did pretty well, surprisingly. And I think because we've done it before with him, that this time around he was like, okay, give me the phone. I just want to relax. And he just kind of chilled the whole way, but he couldn't get in the water as much because the water was so high.
Yeah.
And I was like, And then it wasn't as clear.
Yeah.
Like last time it was kind of clear. We could see a little bit in the water, but this time around,
I'm weird like that. I don't get in water. If I can't see my feet, I'm not getting in.
Really?
Even like we go to Miami Beach, or we used to, every year for our anniversary. We haven't gone since 2019, which is when we started the business. And then the pandemic happened. And so we haven't been back. We long for it. We miss you, Mitch.
You guys got to go back. You got to go back.
I got the head nod that we are live.
Okay. All right. I guess we keep going then.
Well, I guess we might formally introduce ourselves. There might be some confused people who might be like, hey, wait, where's Shane? Where's Q?
Oh, yeah, that's true. We got to introduce ourselves. Okay. Well, I'm going to let you start out the introduction.
Oh, wow. I'm going to take Shane's place, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have his introduction recorded to memory, so we're very honored to be here. I know I am nervous as all get out. I've had anxiety about this for like 2 weeks. But my name is Jessica Knox. I am Shane Knox's wife and half of the business of Knox Handmade Toys.
And I'm Cinthia Darden. I am Q the Messenger's wife, and I guess the other half of in the hustle and pop, I'm the hustle. I will have to say.
Now, I'd say Shane's the hustle. Shane's definitely the hustle in ours. I'm more of the background, do the accounting and bookkeeping and Facebook, social media, website.
Do all that too.
Yeah,
he just like, okay, where we going next? Oh, okay, I'm just going to show up. Honey, can you call? I'm like, okay. So that I'm like, listen, if I'm doing something else, man, you'll be lost, dude. I don't know. Lost,
Kevin's laughing over here. He's like, I'm going to get the dirt now.
Listen, so me and Jessica was like, okay, we know we want to talk about at least our origin story on this business, on our
side,
on our
the
side, the
supportive spouse side, how our view on how our business
on how
started.
we started. So I go then.
Yeah,
so hustling pop. I know he talked about we came from Missouri. You know, we love popcorn. That is true. And yes, we still love popcorn to this day. Even though we worked in it, smell it, we still would eat a bag. I would still tear up a bag of popcorn anytime. But I can't do the store-bought popcorn anymore. It just doesn't taste.
Yeah.
It's just not right. So when we moved here in 2019, we already started having conversation in Missouri saying, we want to do this. We want to learn how to do kettle corn because we like it so much. So it was like, all right, once we moved to Alabama, let's do it. So he was like, all right, we both quit our jobs in Missouri, had no
you
plans.
both quit?
Yeah. I was a high school teacher. So I gave my letter of resignation. I waited to my 6th year because then I became tenured. So once I'm tenured, then my 401k, my retirement is vested into the Missouri Teachers Fund. So at that point, after the 6th year, that's when it was like, all right, this time now we'll go ahead and make the move. So we both quit. He was working with Tyson. He quit. It didn't take much for him to say, oh, okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm out. So once we moved here, we didn't know anybody. We like, all right, let's do it. He went online, find a vendor that ordered this big old kettle machine. When it was delivered, I was like, what is this and what have we got ourselves into? Because this is a big equipment.
It scared you, huh?
It did. It really did. Because I'm like, first of all, who's going to be lifting this into this truck at every event? Like, y'all, we had to lift it every single time and put it into the back of the back of the pickup truck. So it's 2 parts. So it's a big old kettle, 80 quarts kettle, and a sifting table. And that's pretty big too. And then we have the popcorn, we have all the oils, so every event we had to pick it up, put it in the back of the pickup truck, unload it, put the tin up, and then so it was a lot. It was tiring. But I would have to say I enjoyed because my kids was involved. We was all together and we was just learning it together. So started looking on YouTube University, just to learn how do you advertise for like being a kettle corn, like what other things. So it's like, all right, we knew he can make kettle, he can make salted, and he can make caramel. I was like, well, we're gonna have to expand eventually, like learn how to make other flavors. So just, looking on YouTube, looking at other kettle corn vendors. I'm part of a couple of kettle corn vendor groups and just trying to stay on top of that. And we worked it. Like hand popping, I would have to say I give it up to him because I can pop too, but I don't like it because it takes a lot. Like my arms.
It's hot.
It's
physically
hot,
demanding.
And it's, yes.
I've
And
worked a kitchen for a number of years. Well, pizza, but
tell you, it's hot. I ain't never worked the kitchen, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this ain't what I want to do. But the thing is, when he was buying it, I asked him. I said, "Once you get the self stir, because you can buy with." He's like, "No, I want to be able to make it myself." Y'all, how about he now want a self stir? Because he's like, yeah, I'm getting too old for this. Yeah, you think you should have bought the self stir when we first was buying it. I'm just saying. Now you want the self stir.
Could have saved yourself.
You could have saved yourself some time. But so hopefully that's the next move, is to get a self stir to where, and to get a bigger kettle to where we can make more at a time. But this is, I would have to say, this is his business. He wanted to do this, and I've always been an entrepreneur. So if you say, hey, let's start a business, all right, let's do it.
So it was his idea from the beginning.
It was his idea from the beginning. He's always, worked a regular 9 to 5. Let me see, we've been married 18 years. We just had an anniversary, y'all.
Happy anniversary.
Well, thank you. 18 long years.
I saw a joke one time. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but they said something like, it's like, what is it, like 3 minutes holding your breath underwater? That's how, I was like, oh, that's kind of cold right there. I don't think I wouldn't compare our marriage that way.
No, I won't compare it that way either. But hey, no, it was his vision.
Yeah.
And since I'm okay, you want to do it? Let's do it. So I'm the one. All right,
jumped in.
By tomorrow, yeah. If you tell me you want to start a business, by tomorrow, I'm going to have a whole business outline ready and ready to order the parts.
That's funny because when Shane made his grand exit from restaurant management, and he sat on the back deck for like 2 weeks reading books, and I was getting anxious. I'm like, what you gonna do? You got to figure something out because we ain't gonna make it on just mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he finally came up to we went to Harbor Freight and he's like, I'm gonna make little wooden cars. I'm like, okay, that's kind of left field. I wasn't ready for that. He's like, I just need something to do with my hands while I figure this out. And I'm like, okay. But you need some money first.
Definitely.
I needed to have some money tied to it. So went and bought a scroll saw from Harbor Freight and a 1-inch belt sander, and some wood from Lowe's. And he was up like all night long. He made these little cars. I woke up the next morning, there were 5 little cars.
Oh, wow.
Sitting on the bar in the kitchen. And he's like, look what I did. I'm like, oh, they're cute.
Oh.
And I don't know. I just looked at him and I was like, why don't you sell them? He's like, what? He's like, I was just trying to do something with my hands. I'm like, I got you, but why don't you? Let's just get a
So he
table.
never thought about selling them originally. It was just more of a hobby.
I don't remember him. He really just wanted something to do with his. Shane is very much a do something kind of guy, and he just wanted something to do with his hands while he tried to figure out what his next step was, because he didn't have a plan when he sent that email.
Okay, say, hey, I'm out.
He was working part-time at Domino's delivering pizzas, but that's all he had once he sent that email. And so he's like, I need something to do to help my brain, figure out what's next. And so he made those 5 little cars, and then he pumped out a table full of them. We went down to the Limestone Flea Market, or at least it used to be. Paid like $20 for the table, and he think we made enough that covered the booth rent and then lunch.
Wow.
And everybody asked for a train. Everybody that came by the table.
Okay.
Do you make a train? Oh, he just made these 2 days ago. Like, this was not.
So
a
he
plan.
just was making cars.
But again, we
That's
came.
it.
Yeah, it was just the small cars. We
Yeah.
sell. That's where he started.
Wow.
And the bug design on our small cars. That was the very first. That was the very first design that he had.
Wow.
And it's kind of symbolic for him because he used to have a bug when he was younger. He could tell you the stories about that.
Okay.
You'll have to remind him about that, Kevin.
Yeah.
But yeah, he came home that night kind of jazzed for all, the energy that he got from the people.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm going to make a train. I'm like, okay. I went to bed. He stayed up all night. I woke up the next morning. Again, there's a
whole train.
And it was half the size, the size of our trains right now. They were, when he first started making them, they were half the size of that.
Okay.
And it was a cute little train. It was a rough draft of what he wanted to do. But then he just started mass producing. I'm like, okay, well, let's figure out where we can go set them up and sell them because the flea market ain't going to cut it. This is not, that's not our crowd. But I think I'd gone down to the art walk actually. Maybe. I don't know.
Some of the one downtown?
Yeah. I ran into a vendor. And he, I saw some vendors and I'm like, hey, where's some good places to set up and sell? And they recommended the Low Mill.
Okay.
It was the car boot sale that they used to do. Now it's just a Saturday outdoor market, but it used to be like the boot sale or whatever. And we went down there. That was our first place that we set up. And then from there, it just snowballed into, we had 4 farmers markets a week. And
wow. Okay.
Now we're looking for bigger shows. Doing 4 farmers markets a week.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of time.
It is. And then, so he's still hand making each of these by himself. So he has to be able to have enough supply to attend these farmers market. And you're talking about 4 a week. So he's like constantly cranking these out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah.
So, man.
Because he really takes a lot of pride in them, so there's, the sanding, and it's a lot of sanding to get them smooth where you're not going to get splinters, and it's safe for the kids to play with them no matter what their age. And he puts a lot of pride into it. And I've been kind of, okay, what's the next step? Where are we taking this from here? Because if you want this to be what you do, then we need to know what the next step
longevity
is.
yes.
Because these farmers markets ain't going to cover it.
And that's a good point you made there, because that's something I've talked to Quint too about. Like, okay, with Hustle and Pop, like, what do we want? Where we want to be? We do the farmers markets, great, but what I know you saying your arm's getting tired. So what's the next step? And that's a good point. And y'all, if you don't have a hand Knox toy, you need to get you one, because they are amazing. If you have little kids, like, these toys are amazing. I won't even call them toys because they like adults can play with them. You can, like, little kids. My son is 2 and he loves it, and he likes to put it together and take it apart and roll them around and act like he's flying a plane and putting the trains together. So it works on motor skills for your kid.
The school bus.
Like, yes.
Huge. My daughter, who's also 2, she loves the school bus.
Yeah.
That's been her favorite. And trust me when I tell you, I love the school bus. It's my design. It's the only, out of all the toys,
What?
that's the only one I
didn't know
designed.
that. Okay.
I had to talk Shane into making a school bus. He's like, no, I don't.
With the little kids and stuff.
He's like, no, I don't think they're going to like a school bus. I don't think they're going to like it. And I looked at him, I'm like, what kid that doesn't have to ride the school bus doesn't love a school bus? And he's like, yeah, I guess. And so I went out into the shop and I drew out, the design for it. It's very basic. It's so basic, but I'm proud of it.
Hey,
and
be proud.
I made it. I cut it out and sanded it. Well, he did the scroll saw work because I am not good with a scroll saw. I have proved that point. But he helped me get it cut out, and I helped sand it and put it together and put the little people in it. And the very first one that we made, it was out of a beautiful piece of rainbow poplar, and I actually gifted that. Do you know Mike Brazier? He used to be with Ability Plus. I don't know if he still is. That man lives rent-free in my head.
No.
He's such a good guy. He told me one time, because I have anxiety and I have a hard time managing it in large groups of people. And the piece of advice that lives rent-free in my head from him is the most interesting person in the room is interested. And it made me go, huh? And
The most interesting person in the room
is interested.
I like that.
It kind of takes my brain backwards to go, stop talking so much, Jessica, and ask a question.
I like that.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Mike Brazier, if you're listening, man, shout out to Mike Brazier.
Shout out to Mike Brazier. You know how they like to say shout out. So shout out Mike Brazier.
Man, he was really somebody that motivated me, kind of
That's awesome.
leveled my brain out in the when I was an ambassador for the chamber through Domino's, and he was always very kind and he was very patient, and thanks, man. I appreciate the
Thanks, Mike.
I appreciate the advice that lives in my brain forever. So,
And now I will always remember that too. The most interesting person
in the room is
interested. So listen.
You're welcome, y'all.
Yeah, you see, that's y'all little nugget for today. We don't have a whole lot, of nuggets, but take that one and really run with it, especially if you out there networking. In this business, you got to network. Even as being vendors, you still have to network because you're trying to find out where can you go next.
Yes.
So
we are now looking more towards big shows. A few years ago, we made the decision that the farmers markets they're great.
Yeah.
We love us some Mid-City.
Oh yeah, Mid-City.
Farmers
Shout
market.
out Mid-City.
The biggest shout out. Lindsay Patillo-Keen.
Shout out Lindsay.
She's got such an amazing mind, and
Yes.
Role model for me personally. I just love her. But they've gushed over Lindsay enough in this
Listen,
podcast.
they have.
But we love you, girl. But we love the market at Mid-City, and that's the only farmers market that we do now. Now that we've started looking for big shows. And right now, Shane's brain is full because we are 2 weeks out from the largest show we have ever been accepted to.
Oh my gosh. So how many pieces do y'all take to something like this?
That's an interesting question. So I normally count the inventory the week before, 2 weeks before. So this week I'll be counting the inventory just so that he has a solid number of what he has of each piece. And then from there, he can fine tune what he needs to do in the last 2 weeks before the show.
Okay.
But it's really more he doesn't look at it by the piece. He looks at it like sales.
Okay.
So he wants to try and take X number
to make this much
sales-wise inventory so that we can do this much in sales. But it's a lot of pieces, let me tell you.
I bet.
The Ford Transit that we had before, that thing was packed to the gills going to Yellow Daisy at Stone Mountain, Georgia. Whoo-wee, that thing was full. But now we've got this great big 30-year-old 1994 Dodge Ram van.
Y'all gonna pack that up too?
Well, yeah. I won't say where I'm gonna have to ride on that 10-hour drive to Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Oh my gosh, 10 hours. So that was our trip to Orlando, 10 hours with kids.
Yeah, that's fun.
That was fun. And we rented a van. And I will tell y'all, I refuse. I've always told myself I would not be a minivan mother. I am not a minivan mom. No issues. If you're a minivan mom out there, I love you. I don't, hate it. Nothing.
No disrespect.
It's just
at
all. It's just not for me. I just don't want to be that mom. Now I want to be an SUV mom. Give me a little 3-row seating Acura MDX, Lexus.
I want an SUV.
SUV mom.
Yeah.
I feel like if I hit minivan status, I am definitely definitely that mom over there. Like, I don't know. It's just me. No disrespect. It's just for me.
It's not a status thing for me. It's more of a core memory that so it wasn't a minivan that we had. It was actually more like the van that we currently are driving. I was, preteen. I was probably 10 or 11 or whatever. And we had taken a vacation as a family and we were eating ham and cheese sandwiches that we had made, because we didn't have that much money back then or now.
Make your food to go for these long trips.
Yeah. But I had eaten my sandwich, but I didn't eat the crust. And as the 10 or 11-year-old would do, I put the crust on the floor.
Oh.
And so when we got home, my mother discovered that I had put my crust on the floor in the van. And she said that since you decided to leave your food in the van, you now get to clean the van.
Oh.
And so by myself, I'm outside. I've plugged in the extension cord to the house. And I've run the extension cord out to the vacuum, which is next to the van. And when I went to plug the cord to the vacuum into the extension cord, this little flap of skin between my thumb and my index finger was touching the prong when it made connection. And so I was I was getting a little fried. That's probably what's wrong with me today.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
I was there for a while. My mother was indisposed and did not realize what was happening. And I was out. She came out and unplugged me.
Wow.
So this is why I don't want to be a minivan.
Okay. Now, based on your story, I feel real vain, y'all. I'm like, hold on. Okay.
This is the real reason I don't want to be
You
a
have
minivan
a real
driver.
You got a real reason. I just got a vain reason, y'all. That I'm gonna be honest. My reason is really not. It's now. I will say, this little minivan we took, this Chrysler Pacifica. I think that's how you say it.
Those can be real nice, though. I've had a friend that had one.
It was nice. I'm admit it was nice. It was comfy. We had space in there, but it seemed like every other person in Orlando, Florida, also had the same vehicle. To the point, y'all, I went to Walmart while we was in Orlando. I get out of the parking lot, and I knew where I park, but I didn't really pay attention where I park.
Yeah.
So I'm walking towards this van that looked just like mine.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm pressing the button. And I'm like, why is it not opening? And I'm just pressing the button. And I'm pressing the trunk. And I look over to my right-hand side. And I see the trunk open up of where I actually parked the van. And I'm like, okay. I walked on over and got in my little minivan. So
at least you didn't open the door to somebody sitting in it.
Okay, so
I've done that.
I've done that too.
With my Cadillac.
I've done that like this year.
Yeah.
With my Honda. So
the look on their face when you open the door.
Oh my gosh.
Like, why are you sitting in my car? They're like, why are you opening my door?
Okay, so listen, so Quint dropped me off at Kroger. It was late in the evening, so it was dark outside. So he dropped me off, and normally when he dropped me off, he parked all the way in the back so that he can see me when I get out. So I come out grocery shopping, and I look up, and I'm like, oh, he parked in the front. Oh, so I'm just gonna go up there and get in. I open the door, and I start putting my stuff over, and I look, and the guy looked at me. He was like, I looked at him, he looked at me. I looked at him, he looked at me. And y'all, he was rolling his blunt.
He was rolling. Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh my God. I said, I am so sorry. And he was like, it's okay. I'm like, okay. And I just closed the door and I called Quint and I'm like, where are you?
Please come save me.
He was like, I'm right here. I'm coming. I was like, I just walked into this man's car thinking it was mine. He was like, you should have called me when you got out the store. Well, I thought you was right in front of me. And y'all, no, this car looked identical to mine. Like everything about, and when he pulled up to pick me up, he looked at the car. He was like, yeah, I see why you went there. I'm like, it looked just like mine. Like everything. The tire, usually there's something, you can, but no, this car looked just like mine. And I would never forget the story that I stepped into a stranger car about to put my groceries in there. Yeah.
While
he sat in the back. And I'm pretty sure, I'm like, you didn't see me come out the store. No, you wasn't paying attention.
No, he was focused. He had a job to do.
Yeah, he was not paying attention at all. Because if he saw me come out, I wouldn't have gotten into the stranger's car. But that's crazy that, today talking about strangers' cars, like, back in the day, like, do not ride home with strangers and things like that. Now it's like, let me call this stranger danger. But let me call an Uber and get inside the stranger's car.
Yeah. I've seen some videos like TikTok, Facebook Reels or whatever, where these actual Uber drivers, I almost said YouTube drivers, Uber drivers are recording like the conversations
that people are having.
And these crazy Karen, like wild people where they refuse, you know what I'm saying? They refuse to get out of the Uber car. Have you not seen these?
No, they refuse to get out of the car?
I guess I'm in Uber hell on TikTok world, because these people, they just refuse to get out of the Uber driver's car because of one reason or another. And I'm like, this is my car. And this is what the Uber driver's saying. He's like, no, this is, you got it wrong. This is my car. I can do what I want. I'm a contracted.
Yeah.
I'm
self-employed.
Yeah. They're like, you got to get out. They'll call the cops. Yeah. Some of these videos, they're entertaining. People act this way. Listen, I shouldn't be surprised, because I've worked in hospitality pretty much my entire career.
Nothing surprised me these days. Like, nothing surprised me these days. I've only been in an Uber, I think, one time. I'm trying to think when.
I think I did in
Vegas.
Vegas.
It makes me nervous. Like, I don't
as
know.
a group, we did it in Vegas.
Yeah. It wasn't me by myself.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It would make me nervous. I'm like, I don't even know.
I gave it, when I was pregnant, I was unemployed at the time. I had left Domino's and I was unemployed for like 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pregnant at the time, and I'm like, man, I really need a little side hustle, a little extra income, something to do. And so I did DoorDash for a little while. Yeah. And then I did Spark Walmart delivery.
Mm-hmm. Now that Spark, I have some friends that do that, and they said they like it. They said they make pretty good money doing Spark.
It wasn't bad, but the mileage you put on your car, and they don't really pay. You're better off delivering pizzas for Papa John's or Domino's or something, because the pay is not good. Especially DoorDash, they don't pay for nothing. At least when I did it a few years ago. But I gave consideration to Uber driving. But I was like, man, I'm pregnant. I'm a woman, and I don't know who I'm going to pick up.
You know what? I did see a lady that was doing DoorDash pregnant, and she made the best tips. Because when you deliver and people see that you're pregnant, oh my gosh, here's an extra. Whatever. So you might have made a little bit extra money being pregnant.
Sometimes you don't even see the customer, though. It's like drop it off at the door, ring the doorbell, take a picture, and if you could, like, if I could have worked it, I would have. But there was,
you better work what you got.
I know. I had a conversation with the security guy that works at the market. About directing traffic during load in and load out for the farmers market. And I was out there directing traffic last week or week before, I can't remember. And he was like, oh no, you shouldn't be doing that. And I'm like, listen, I was 8-9 months pregnant out here directing traffic for the farmer's market.
Yes, she was, y'all.
And I tell you, these people ain't gonna hit a pregnant lady.
Nah.
You gonna stop. And I kind of got that look, like, no, you gonna stop. my face has subtitles. I got closed captioning all over me. You know exactly what I'm thinking. But, and even after I had Madeline, once I finally went back into the market manager thing, I would have Madeline on my hip, and I'm out there like, stop your car. I'm letting a vendor in or out,
Yeah.
And every now and then they'd get mad or yell at me, but
most of the time, though, out there, people are pretty understanding. Like, if you're going to come out here on a Sunday around 10, 11, around 9, 10, expect to kind of stop for the vendors. And like,
That
I think most
intersection
people.
is the worst
It
intersection.
is horrible. Like, I don't know who designed the flow of that intersection.
Lindsay, I love you. That
But
intersection is horrible.
I think we might need a light there. A stop sign is not going to do it.
The number of horns that we
Like-
hear throughout the market, it's insane.
Because
The
people don't pay
impatience.
attention, first of all. So they don't know who came to the stop sign first. 4-way stop sign. A little lesson, okay?
Yeah.
Let's go back to, driving lessons.
I want a
We all got-
roundabout. Give me a
A
roundabout.
roundabout right there would be great. But even in the South, roundabout,
They don't know
people
how to
don't
use
really know how to use them.
Yeah.
So like with a 4-way stop sign, whoever gets there first is the one that goes first. So if you and the other car get there at the same time, I'm pretty sure it's the person to the right.
Person to the right goes
That
has
goes-
the right of way.
And then the person to the left. Just low lesson. Think
Yeah.
about that. If you're on the road, get to a 4-way
And-
stop sign.
And please, for the love of God, stop going one at a time in a circle through through a 4-way stop. If you are both going straight, the person in front of you is going straight, and you're going straight. If they go, you better step on that gas
you better
pedal.
go.
I'm so tired of waiting for people one at a time at a 4-way stop. I'm like, why are we doing this? I don't understand.
Listen, and I know I ain't the one to talk. I hate driving. I'm not even gonna lie. This 10-hour trip to Orlando, I am a passenger princess. I didn't even offer to help. Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
Are you the navigator?
Sure, if you want to say that.
Okay.
I'm more of, more support. Honey, you want me to massage your shoulder? Do you need more drink? Like, what do you need? Do you want me to drop? Oh, no. I drove 2 hours in this whole trip there and back. I did 2. I gave him a good solid 2.
Okay.
And he was like, well, thank you.
Yeah.
I said, good job, Cynthia. I gave him a good solid 2. I don't like to drive. Driving is boring to me. Like,
oh, see, I love driving.
I hate driving. Like,
I'm sorry, Kevin.
uh-oh.
I was crinkling the bottle because I have anxiety, and I'd finished my water,
And we can
so
hear
I was
it.
over here just crinkling this bottle.
Put it to the side.
I hit the microphone. I will get some Scotch tape. I should have stock in Scotch tape, because I will tear off a piece of Scotch tape and I will flick it between my fingers, just kind of as I'm doing something, And
So does
drive
you doing-
Shane insane. Stop it.
So during your anxiety, you have to be moving your fingers. Do you feel like you have to be doing something?
If you
to
noticed,
help
I
you?
haven't really stopped moving since I
No,
sat
you have
down.
not.
It's that's why I pick at the skin on my fingers, and I used to be a horrible nail biter.
Oh,
And since I left Domino's, actually, I've actually been able to grow my nails out.
okay.
I still have issues with the skin on my fingers, but yeah, I have to be
So
fidgety.
would you
doing
think like a
something.
fidget ball, like a stress ball? Like, have you tried any of those? Does those help?
I've tried. If I get a pen in my hand, I'm gonna click it.
Okay.
But mostly the tape.
Okay.
That's kind of my
your thing.
preferred.
Okay.
Which now I had a coworker. She would lose her mind if I had some tape. She was, Jessica, stop it. Yeah. I love you, Grace.
Okay. Shout out to Grace.
Grace Benson was awesome. I loved her. But yeah, no, she would get on to me all the time. Like, you need to stop it with the tape. Put it down. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah. And I'll stack them up.
And then take.
I'm a little weird.
Hey,
I'm a weirdo.
We all are in some way. That's interesting, because I had anxiety for a little bit, but mine was more of like, I won't call it stress. It was. I realized that I'm a lot more controlling
Yeah, me too.
than I think I am.
You see the way that it needs to be done in your head because you're a planner, right? So
I'm a like, if we say we're gonna do it, all right, let's start. What are we waiting on?
yeah, me too.
When it comes to, especially when it comes to business. Okay, you have an idea? All right, let's start doing it. Like, let's move forward. We don't have to have all the pieces before moving forward. I'm ready to move forward before all the pieces, and then let the pieces fall together. And
See, I need the information. I need to know, except on vacation. When it comes to vacation, no
This plans.
This is where the spirit moves us. That's where we're going on vacation. And the first year we went to Miami, I think it was our second wedding anniversary. We went to Miami Beach, and our honeymoon and our first year anniversary, we took a cruise.
Okay,
one to Cozumel and Calica in Mexico, and then the second one was to the Bahamas.
Oh,
the Bahamas, and cruise just wasn't for us. Right.
Really?
Yeah.
I've only been on one cruise.
It was so structured. You know, you have to eat at this time. You have to do this. You know, the activities are planned for certain times, which I get. But then you're stuck on this boat, and you
can't go nowhere.
There's no adventure. You know, you're like, okay, well, let's go lay up on the deck, or or shop in the mall that's in the boat. And I'm like, I could have stayed home and gone to the Parkway Place Mall. You know, this is no fun for me. We went to Miami Beach, and that was probably our first real fight as a married couple. He wanted the information, right? Which is not really who Shane is. But we get down there, and I just went completely into vacation mode. We had the world is our oyster, right? We're in Miami Beach. We can go wherever we want, whenever we want. If we want to rent scooters, let's go rent scooters. We'll do it right now, or we'll eat in 30 minutes when we're hungry. And so my brain was very much, okay, let's, we'll do what we want. We want to take a nap? I'm laying down. And that's what started the fight, actually, because he's like, we're supposed to be up doing something. And I'm like, I'm tired. I'm going to lay here.
Vacation.
So he got upset. I got upset. We argued. And I said, I'm going to the beach. Grabbed my towel, went right down to the beach. Left him in the room. I'm like, you can stay here and be mad if you want to. And I went down to the beach. I'm sure he'll remember this story differently. But then I'm down at the beach, and by myself. So I made a heart out of sand, and I put our initials in it. And I took a picture and I texted it to him.
Oh, you're so sweet.
And that was,
that's like breaker
apology. Yeah. And we actually printed that picture out, and it's still framed in our house. But we talked it through, and I'm like, look, I'm sorry. You had expectations. Our lives were so structured at that point because we were general managers of restaurants.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want to let it go and relax and do what we want and when we want. I don't have a plan. And he's like, yeah, I see your point. And then from then on, that's exactly the way every single vacation went. And we enjoyed it. And we had so much fun.
That's awesome.
And there was adventure in every vacation.
Yeah, that is awesome. I will have to say one of my favorite vacation that me and Quint took without the kids is we went to Paris.
Oh, I'd love to go.
So I have family in Paris, in London, in England. Okay. And all we knew was where we were staying. That was it. We didn't plan nothing. We didn't even look at the exchange rates, like literally nothing. We knew where we were sleeping. We knew who was picking us from the airport, where we were sleeping, and when we needed to go to the next destination. That was it. So we get there. My uncle come and pick us up. By the time we was trying to get on the train to get to Leeds, we already ran out of money because we didn't look at the exchange rate. The pound to the dollar was mighty high. So
took you aback.
It took, so we had to go find an ATM and withdraw some money so that we can get our train ticket to make it to Leeds, which is where my uncle lived, from London area. So we was like, okay, all right, that's something to think about. Next time, look at the exchange rate to know how much money to have. So we did that. We literally just took our book bags. That was it. Like we didn't plan anything. Had our book bag. We was like, we backpacking. It was amazing. Like no kids, no. In the morning, we just get up. Okay, where are we going today? We're just gonna take the train and figure it out. We went to the Louvre. We took some pictures outside. at different little sightseeing and things like that. On the way back, so we didn't have cell phone. Like, we didn't have a phone. We didn't think to bring a cell phone, SIM card, none of that. So on the way back, our plane was delayed, and we had Enzo. No, we had my son Q.
Mm-hmm.
And was Leilani born? No, I think that was before Leilani. So it was just Q. And we get to the airport, our plane is delayed. So we needed to call back home to let them know, like, we're not coming in when we thought. That phone call on the payphone in Paris, France airport costs a 3-minute phone call just to say, hey, plane is delayed. We'll be here. We leave blah, blah, tomorrow at this time. 3 minutes, probably less than 3 minutes, over $100 for a phone call. I was like,
girl, I know you're old enough to remember we had a baby.
Gosh.
It's a boy.
Yeah. Yes. I saw, and then I had to use my debit card because we didn't have no cash.
Oh my god!
So I didn't realize how much I spent till I get back home and like looking at my account. I'm like, oh my gosh, that. So next time, if we go anywhere where we like, let's just figure out the exchange rate and have a cell phone. Those two things, I'm like, yeah, I can do with everything else, but we have to have a way of communicating and calling people.
Yeah.
And then we have to figure out what the exchange rate is if it's not US dollars.
Now, I will say, if I ever get to go to Europe, really throw a pin at the map, I want to go there. I can't pick just one country.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm so fascinated with it is because historically documented, right? Like in the United States, there's really when the United States started. We know historically who took over what and, you know, what country came in when. But before that, there's no real historical documentation about what was happening in our country before it was our country.
Yeah.
But there is in Europe, you know. And
so you want to see like the sightseeing, the
historical
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see the architecture.
That was, yeah.
My brother got to go, and let me tell you how green I was with envy. I couldn't even watch his TikToks. I had to wait until he got home before I watched them. I was, Joel, I love you. I know you listen to this show religiously.
Shout out, Joel.
Man, I was green with envy. And I'm super happy for him. And one day.
One day, you'll go.
Day.
Hey, Shane, I need you to take Jessica to a tour around France. I'm just saying.
You know, we had actually probably 5 years into our marriage, we agreed that on our 20-year wedding anniversary, we would go to Europe.
Okay. When is your 20th?
In 2 years. It'll be 18 years for us in October.
Okay.
I don't know if he remembers that agreement.
Well, now he does because it is now officially recorded. You gave her the agreement in 2 years.
Yeah. We've been together 20 years.
20th wedding anniversary, you will go to Europe.
I think
so.
Madeline will be 4.
That would be perfect.
That would be
Shane. Let's start saving now. Let's start planning it out and spend a week, 2 weeks.
We'll even get Daniel.
Come on.
Rebecca, you want to
come on. I would say a good solid 2 weeks. A week is not long enough. If you're going minimum 2.
How do I pick though? You know what I'm saying? Like there's any country. I want to see
the beauty of it though is it's so cheap. Once you're there, you can like go to everywhere.
Yeah.
From just a hop, it's so
size wise.
Yeah. You can just say, okay, I'm in Paris today, in France today. I can go to London the next day, England. And that was our plan originally, was because I have an uncle in France, I have an uncle in Leeds, and I have an uncle in Italy. Okay. So it was like, okay, we're going to like hit all 3 places. Well, we only had like a week and a half. So that was not long enough to get to Italy. So we did not see Italy. My place, like I want to go to Greece. I don't know why, but Greece is on my bucket list of places that I want to visit in Europe.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing, like the look of it, from the pictures, the water. Like I want to go to Greece one day.
I'm not a super religious person, but I would love to see Israel. Jerusalem.
You know,
I'm not a super religious person, but still, just historically,
yes, I think that would be amazing too. Yeah.
Egypt.
Yeah.
The amount of things in Egypt, and I realize that's not Europe, but I'm just fascinated by it.
I get you.
And I would have a hard time planning a trip because I would want to spend a week in each country.
It's got to be. Come on, Jessica. We got 2 days, okay?
Because even
2 days.
2 days, girl, I ain't gonna see nothing. I'm gonna see one town in 2 days. But even when we go to Miami, where we don't go to your touristy
places,
So we might go to the Louvre. Joel went to Rome, and they saw the
the Colosseum.
Yeah.
And the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
He shared a video of his experience in these places, and just the sheer number of people that are taking this tour to see this one attraction. I don't want to experience it with 400 people I don't know.
I got you.
And I want to go where the locals go. I want to go eat lunch at the local place that tourists don't know about. I want to go buy an authentic piece of clothing that's made by somebody. I don't want to. I made it to Rome T-shirt. Like when you go to
like
Miami.
New York or something like that. Yeah, you know exactly who's the tourist. Yeah.
No, and I'm actually kind of that way anywhere we go. I've got a shirt that I got when we went to St. Louis when we got engaged. I bought a shirt from just a little local store, and people ask me, I'm like, oh, I like that. Where'd you get it? And I'm like, oh, this little store in St. Louis. It's not your everyday piece of clothing.
Yeah. And I will have to. That's us. Like anywhere we go, we don't like to eat a place where we have in the town that we live in. Yeah. So we like to go and find other places in restaurants that we don't have where we are to try out. And I'm a big foodie. Like I would. This may give big back energy, but I would love to do a food tour where I can eat my way through America. Eat my way through Europe, eat my way through Africa. I would love, just to eat food. And I said, I'm appreciative that my parents had great metabolism. If you ever get to meet my dad, he's very small, frame man, skinny. I was like, if I didn't have that going for me, I probably will be, my 600-pound life, because food really makes me happy. Yeah. And Quentin, especially if we're eating something good and I start he's like, oh yeah. I'm like, I don't know. Food makes me happy.
You start dancing.
I start dancing because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good. So I would love to do a food tour. We went to Miami one year. So our thing now is every year we want to bring in the new year on a beach somewhere. We want to try different beaches. So we've done Destin 1 year. We've done Savannah, Georgia 1 year. I would definitely go back to Savannah. We had a great time. We did Miami. Savannah was our last one. So it was Miami first and then Savannah before I had the babies. And so our plan is every year we pick a destination in the beginning of the year of where we want to bring in the new year on a beach somewhere. So right now we tossing the ideas of Galveston, Texas, because we've never been there. Yeah. The beach in Galveston, but we was like, that drive is like a 10-hour drive. Yeah. And then some friend of ours told us about, it's a beach in Orange Beach. Well, it's
near Orange Beach.
Yeah, it's an area near Orange Beach that we've never been. So we're thinking maybe do something closer because they want to go with us. So it was like, okay, we can probably do something closer. When we went to Savannah, my best friend from Missouri and her family came down and went with us. So that's our thing. I'm like, let's travel to different places. So we're trying to move away from the traditional sense of Christmas and gift giving and say the money we're going to spend giving gift or whatever for anybody, we're just going to use that to create experiences. Yeah. That's the way I grew up. My parents we always went somewhere on the holidays. So, and it's not that, both my parents was pastors. So it's not the religious aspect of it. It just, they like to be on the beach. And Florida was where we went for New Year's. I mean, not New Year's, but like Thanksgiving or Christmas. We was on the beach. And I remember one year we ate Thanksgiving dinner at Shoney's because that's what was open. And okay, let's go eat. So I want to create, because I'm like, my kids, come on, we know our kids, they don't need nothing, really.
Yeah.
Even Enzo at 2 don't need nothing else. Like, he gonna play with the same toy every time.
Yeah.
So we don't need to keep buying new toys, because he's gonna go back to the same toy that he likes.
Yeah.
So let's go, let's travel, let's do things to kind of create those memories. And those are the memories that I feel like my kids will remember.
Yeah. More than the things.
The things they're gonna forget like the next day.
Yeah, I've kind of taken the stance with Madeline, and I wish I had done it when Daniel and Rebecca were younger as well, that, Christmas especially, and then birthdays. Some people are just gift givers and they want to bring a gift, but I'm really not interested in the material gift.
Yeah.
Your time is gift enough for us. And so coming and spending the day with us and playing and eating and the fellowship, that's really what matters to Shane and I. And I'm like, I've told my family, because Shane's family is 4 or more hours away. And so we've never really spent holidays with them.
Yeah.
But my family lives 30, 45 minutes away. And so typically every holiday is spent with my family.
Gotcha.
Normally at my brother's house, because he has 4 children and a large house to accommodate the 20-ish people. Oh, wow. Okay. And my mother is a gift giver. And so I've had to let her know, and be like, hey, listen, let's limit it to one. Please, just one gift.
Yeah.
I don't want to create the materialism that comes with the holiday.
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you get me? What'd you get me? And then there's no thanks. And I want to kind of instill, I want Madeline to be a gifter if that's who she is.
Yeah.
But I more so want to teach Madeline the gratitude of receiving a gift. And if you're just waking up to Christmas morning and you have 100 presents under the tree, to me that defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
You know? And so like we got her, I think, 2 gifts. She's 2 or 1 at the time, but she had 0 interest in opening them.
Yep. And
she didn't want to.
I opened up the papers myself
on her birthday. I had to pull the things out of the bag because she looked in and saw paper and went, "Yeah." But I more so want to focus on the gratitude of the true meaning of the holiday.
Yeah.
And, I won't get into my view on the jolly fat man.
Listen,
on here because there might be kids listening, and I don't want to.
Oh, I was just.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I was just about to say what you wasn't going to say, my bad. If there's any kids listening, sorry. But I had to tell my kids, listen, this is what we believe, but please don't go to school to ruin it for other people. Okay.
Yeah, for me,
so I had to explain that to them. But
Santa Claus lives inside you.
I'm like,
he's the gratitude. He's the love that you feel for other people. It's the spirit of giving. That's what Santa Claus is. And when you do for somebody else without expectation of thanks or something in return, that's the true spirit of Santa Claus. And that's what I want to teach Madeline.
That's awesome.
Yes, you're going to see a physical, interpretation of what that is through cartoons and movies. And it's okay to let other kids live in that.
Yes, definitely. But you're going to know, mommy and daddy, both is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and everybody.
We work real hard.
Everybody.
I want you to understand. We work real hard for this. Yeah. So you're gonna appreciate it. But I remember one year for Christmas, my parents put all the on our presents that they got us. They put from Jesus, from Jesus, from Jesus.
My mother.
So all of our gifts said from Jesus.
Ours said from Santa.
I'll never say it from Santa.
And when my mother
From
wrote,
Jesus.
my mother wrote Santa on the from part of the tag, and I think we were, golly, what was I, 13 or 14, when I realized that Santa had the same handwriting as my mother. And so we one year we opened them up. We opened up all our presents. Joel and I did. Oh man, my mother was hot. But yeah, we carefully broke the tape and opened all the presents, and we knew exactly what we were getting, right? And then we carefully closed everything back up and put the tape back. No, she knew. And she unwrapped every last one of those presents, and she made us go back to the store, Walmart or wherever it was, and we returned every single one of those presents. Now, to my mother's credit, she taught the lesson well, because Christmas morning, those presents were back under the tree. She went back and bought them. But
she's so sweet.
But she taught the lesson well, you know. Like,
I never opened them again, huh?
No,
didn't. Girl.
My mother would meticulously, like, she knew exactly what present was where and where, you know, and then she would go in and rearrange them so that, you know, like, are you messing with them? I know exactly what's where. Yeah, she was. Wow. She's always been a pretty big Christmas. She's a gift giver. Like I said.
You know, that's people, that's their love language. It's just gift.
I'm a giver.
Yeah, they like to give, and that they get the joy out of giving to other people. You know, and I had to remember, you know, someone told me one time they was trying to give me something. I was like, no, you don't have to do that. Is it?
Yeah.
Are we getting to the end?
We getting the scissors over there.
Oh, okay then. Well, I'm going to save the rest of that story for next time. Catch us back.
If they let us come back.
Well,
I hope their listeners enjoyed our conversation.
Yes, I hope so too. I know we wasn't all, you know, political or, you know, that, but it's just two moms talking.
You grit your teeth a little bit sometimes when they break into those conversations.
Listen.
I get over here like,
I need y'all to figure a way where I can call in during the conversation so I can like throw my opinion during the conversation, because I need to hear when it's happening, because going back and putting comments on there, it's not the same. I need like when I hear it at that, I'm ready to like, listen, I got, let's look at it from a different perspective or something. Yeah. So, you know, maybe y'all work on that.
A couple of weeks ago, Q was talking about the term ginger for redheads. And then what color does a redhead's hair turn when she's, and it's white, by the way. My husband said gray, but redheads turn white. I was full on ready to phone in and be like, because I don't like the term ginger for a redhead. It's always been a negative. I didn't know that. Some redheads don't mind it, but for me, it's a negative. To me, it's derogatory. I don't care for it.
So you now you ginger. Yeah. I'm just saying, you're a ginger.
I hadn't listened to the episode yet, and my sister-in-law in our family group text said that my daughter was a ginger, and I hadn't listened to the podcast yet, and it wasn't until like 2 days later I listened to the podcast and I realized what she was talking about. And I responded with, "Oh yeah, I just listened to that podcast, so I understand what you're saying." But
it was so nice. I hope this was fun.
My anxiety was, I probably still will. I mean, I haven't stopped moving since we sat down.
Well, listen, it did not come across the mic that you was like moving around or anything, or that you had anxiety. It did not. You did great.
It's always fun talking to you, though.
I know, it is fun talking to you, too.
Well, we love you, Kevin. Thanks.
Thank you, the boss man.
What did they say?
Kevin, the boss man Richardson.
Peace.
Hold on. My husband told me I had to give a word of wisdom at the end. So let me give my word of wisdom today. One last thing I'm going to say is, and this was a quote, I'm pretty sure from Maya Angelou. I'm not giving it verbatim, but people don't remember what you say. They remember how you made them feel. So treat everyone with kindness, not just with your words. Peace.
Peace.